The following is a World-Class Bullshitters exclusive.
A few months ago, we got the best news in a long time. Was the pandemic over? No. Batwoman was canceled. Unless you've been living under a rock or just busy with literally anything else, you probably weren't watching Batwoman. Not many people were watching Batwoman. It was one of those shows that people kept abandoning week after week. For context, Season 1 of the show debuted with almost 2 million viewers. Season 2 debuted with 660,000. And Season 3 debuted with only 460,000 watching. I'm not telling you this completely out of the blue. There's a reason these numbers are important. Keep watching and find out. The DC Arrowverse has been hit and miss. Shows like The Flash and Arrow are highly regarded, but then there are shows like Batwoman that ruin everything. And I mean everything. The Hindenburg? Blame Batwoman. Inflation? Blame Batwoman.
Woohoo! Free gas!
Batwoman is a dangerously stupid show that a lot of stupid people promote because of the politics of it. Yes, Batwoman is one of those shows, and thankfully, that's what killed it. From the beginning, Batwoman was lauded as having a lesbian lead, then a black lead, then it wasn't lauded at all because it got canceled. Taste is subjective. Just because I think Back to the Future is the greatest movie of all time doesn't mean you're all wrong. Just the people who disagree with me. Jokes aside, that's the sort of mentality the fans of Batwoman and all these other woke shows have. What's a woke show? What is woke? Well, woke is an English adjective meaning alert to racial prejudice and discrimination that originated in African American vernacular English. Another term would be any form of entertainment where the politics outweigh the quality. There's a reason all of these shows die. They're not very good. People see that, so they don't watch the shows. But that doesn't stop the stupid writers from putting out garbage like this. Batwoman did for TV what Black Panther did for movies. Oh shit. Javicia Leslie, star of the CW's Batwoman, compared the impact of the DC series to that of Marvel Studios' Black Panther, which starred Chadwick Boseman as the titular hero in terms of on-screen diversity. The cultural movement that came after Black Panther, what the movie showed was how there is space for black superheroes and black comics, Leslie said in an interview with Digital Spy. And so coming here on the heels of that Batwoman, we also show that there's a space for it in television. There's a space for it to exist once a week, every week, and there's community for it too. And that community doesn't look like Ryan. Leslie starred as Ryan Wilder / Batwoman since season 2. That's what I love about Ryan, she continued. She has so many boxes that she checks. It allows the community not to have to look like her. It's just all about her. Like, I've had conversations with fans that have grown up in the foster care world, and I had fans tell me there's something very similar to Ryan that equates to their life. According to Leslie, Batwoman was an opportunity to show the higher-ups, the bigwigs, that there's space for black superheroes, she continued. There's a space for women superheroes, there's a space for gay superheroes, there's a space for all of us, and let's continue to show that diversity. Well, Javicia, if there's a space for everybody, what time is your show on? The CW recently canceled Batwoman just after 3 seasons. Airing its series finale on March 2nd, Batwoman's cancellation came after the CW renewed only 2 Arrowverse shows for additional seasons, which consist of The Flash and Superman and Lois. However, following the cancellation of Legends of Tomorrow after 8 seasons and Naomi after just 1, the CW's remaining DC series, apart from The Flash and Superman and Lois, will be Gotham's the titular DC hero. Let's talk about that last sentence. Replacing Ruby Rose isn't a good thing. What people fail to realize is that race swapping takes the teeth out of any progress. Because Black Batwoman is just a replacement for white, lesbian Batwoman. It's not impactful, it's not progressive, it's table scraps disguised as a meal. Batwoman doesn't matter. It's just a vehicle for certain types of stories that the writers want to tell. They want to feel good about telling them, even when the audience doesn't show up. Comparing Batwoman to Black Panther is disingenuous to say the least. Black Panther is one of Marvel's most popular characters. Even before the movies, he was a big part of the comic book world. He wasn't Squirrel Girl or some other third-rate modern Marvel hero. Black Panther was big for a reason. The origin of the idea for the character was disputed by both Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Jack Kirby claimed sole credit for the creation of the character in 1990, stating that a realization that there were no black characters in comics demanded some to be added for human reasons. Stan Lee claims that the character was created by his desire in the mid-1960s to include more African-American characters in Marvel Comics. There was some internal debate at Marvel, with Lee being unsure about how far to go with the commercially risky introduction of the black superhero. In the first version of the cover for Fantastic Four, number 52, Kirby drew the Black Panther wearing a cowl that exposed his face. In the published version, the cowl became a full face mask. Previews in other comics did not show the cover at all. Debuting in 1966, Black Panther is the first hero of African descent in mainstream American comics, having debuted years before early black superheroes such as Marvel Comics' The Falcon in 1969, Luke Cage in 1972, and Blade in 1973. or DC Comics' Jon Stewart in the role of Green Lantern from 1971. If we were to list the most culturally impactful black superheroes, the guys I just mentioned would all be named. Batwoman? No. Batwoman is the outlier here, and anyone who thinks she's as culturally relevant as others is just an outright liar. Putting Batwoman in the same category as Black Panther is a joke. The Smithsonian put out an article talking about the cultural relevance of Black Panther. The Smithsonian is one of the greatest institutions for knowledge on the planet. Black Panther deserves to be there, not Batwoman. It all goes back to the table scraps analogy. That's what this is. People want to take trash and try to sell it as something with value, but Batwoman had very little of that. Race swapping has many adverse effects. When a white character is changed, the media praises the stunning and brave decision, but they don't realize that putting these race-swapped characters in conversations with actually relevant characters hurts the progress and impact of what came before. If everything is Black Panther level of importance, then nothing is. Shows like Naomi and Black Lightning didn't change the world. Audiences just changed the channel. I think DC and CW forgot that progress doesn't outweigh a good story. Batwoman didn't have a good story, or much of one at all. It's no wonder fans have stopped watching the series, as the episodes feature woke stories about advocating against an overfunded police department and fighting for more funding towards community services. While the CW has given Batwoman an early renewal, the announcement was just a PR move and an attempt to trick viewers into thinking Batwoman is relevant, when it's not. I can't see how the show can continue with such a dismal amount of viewers. Don't worry, article, it didn't. Shows with similar numbers on the CW have already been canceled, i.e. Black Lightning. And it should be said that the Batwoman ratings are tanking even though the series has brought back the Kate Kane character. But then again, it's obviously a character no one cares anything about. As Batwoman tanks, the CW are having stellar ratings as millions of fans are tuning in for Superman and Lois. All of this talk of wokeness is reminding me that I have a way to fight it. Call the Wokebusters. Wokebusters is my newest graphic novel. It pokes fun at all this woke crap in a funny Ghostbusters-style package. It's over 50 pages, full color and perfect bound for the tech nerds out there. However, your window of opportunity is closing, as the cutoff for the first edition of this book is this month. These books will feature the official gold seal of approval. When it comes from us, you know it's world class, so go to WorldClassBullshitters.com for more. Now, back to the video. Why can't we get Static Shock? That was a black superhero that we all loved as a kid. It was a great cartoon. It could easily be adapted instead of another black Superman or black Batwoman or a race swap or anything like that. We don't need to see black Superman to identify with him. This is something new created by bad writers. For decades, we could all get behind the superheroes, but recently there's been a desire to break up the fan base and sell the same shit to different demographics. They've been doing it for years in the commercial world. There's a Sunny D ad that takes place at a soccer game. In one version, the family is black. In the other version, the family is white. Same script, same music, same everything, except the actors. That's okay when what you're trying to sell is Sunny D, but these fictional characters have their own identities and you can't just alter them. It'd be like changing the Sunny D recipe. It's just not the same and the audience knows. That's why Batwoman died, and that's why all these woke shows failed. Their identity is progress, but unlike Goldie Wilson, they don't have anything to back it up. So folks, what do you think about this really bad take? Batwoman is culturally impactful as Black Panther. Look, I get it, Javicia Leslie. Your show's done, you're trying to grasp at straws to feel important, but I'm sorry. Your show was never as big as Black Panther. And before you people out there go, oh, angry white man, I'm not white, so shut up. Get over it. People could have different views and look more like these people. I'm so tired of everybody having to glom onto the same shit because you look a certain way. For fuck's sake, it's annoying. I don't give a shit that my favorite characters are white or black or Indian. It doesn't fucking matter. If they're good characters, they're good characters. And Black Panther is a good character. I've read a lot of the comics. I've seen all of his appearances. And I even love this motion comic they did. It takes place, I believe, during World War II. It was T'Chaka, which would have been T'Challa's father, and then Captain America. And it's a story of how Captain America runs into him during World War II. So look it up, check it out. It's a good story. But Batwoman, I can't tell you the same thing because not all superheroes are created equal. Just because they have a brand name in front of them doesn't mean they're good. Marvel has convinced a lot of people that putting Marvel's blank is how people are going to go buy shit. Marvel's Thor, Marvel's this, Marvel's that. Awesome. But DC doesn't have that down yet, and all they keep trying to do is brand turds. So folks, I'm gonna get out of here. Be smart, be safe. Be sure to follow us on every social media platform. Make sure that you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. But more importantly, if you're in the area, come to Star Wars Celebration. I'll be there. Come hang out. We're going to have a fan meetup about 7 o'clock at Fire and Ice. It's a Mongolian restaurant, so it's got something for everybody. But come out and have a good time. It's a fun social event. Hang out with WCBS, shoot the shit, talk about woke entertainment, get some secrets behind the scenes of the channel, and a lot more. Also, for those that aren't going to be able to attend the convention, be sure to follow us very closely because I have all sorts of content that I'll be producing from the show, including a very special look at some new stuff from the Star Wars toy line, as well as interviews, hangouts, meetups, like I said. It's just going to be a fun week. So get ready for that. I believe that starts this Thursday. So I'm going to start sleeping now so I can be up for 4 straight days. And in the meantime, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.